So Aaron, why don't you tell us a little bit about your background, how long you've been doing mortgages, and kind of what got you into the mortgage business?
Well, we started mortgages right out of college in '93, so I've been doing it now almost 26 years. We started raw with a lady, and she kind of taught us part of the ropes and really started old school, before software, before everything else, and just had to build on relationships. And on
Before
people.
regulation?
Before regulation. There was no regulation at all. So, we started a company called the Mortgage Company. Like I said, we built that until Frank Dodd came through, and then we decided to come over as a correspondent, and we moved to a different company, and things were good there for several years, and then we recently changed over to Intercap, and it's been a great experience for us.
So what were some of the things that led you to Intercap?
At first I thought there was no way I was going to ever make a change or adjust. And
I remember that phone call.
You remember that phone call. I didn't think I ever had a chance of changing, because I was content. I think when it all came down to it, we looked at potential and what I thought would give all of my people and myself the greatest future, that had more potential down the road to grow and to be able to produce and be better. And when it came down to it, I think we had a vision here that took my interest, and that's where the changes started to come through.
Yeah. So just recently, this last month, you had one of your biggest months you've ever had. What led to some of that, and how did that happen?
When we first came over, I think your biggest item you deal with is fear. Fear of change, fear of can you produce, can you do what you need to, do the systems work? And it takes a month or two to get everything put together, but about our third month, we had a large number of loans coming in the pipeline. And we decided to challenge ourselves a little bit and say, can we do what we did at previous companies, and can we surpass it? Mm-hmm. And it kind of became a challenge to ourselves, is it even possible? And as we started looking at our pipeline and our ability and our people and the systems that were in place, we had a $10 million month, which to me is the biggest month of my career. And it was easier than I expected. It wasn't an impossible dream. In fact, we hope to have more. We think it's possible and doable down the road.
So how big is your team with that 10 million?
There's really myself. I have one assistant, and then we have really one processor or two processors that help us. Then we change out back and forth on the processors.
Yeah. So really a team of 3 doing a little over 10 million in a month. Pretty incredible.
It is. It's been, like I said, without the systems and what's not in place, there wouldn't be a chance of doing it.
Yeah. So tell me, with the transition, what's been good and what's been bad? What are some of the difficulties, and what are some of the things that have helped?
I think the biggest thing that we all deal with is fear of change. I think we all have it. We're afraid of, we're comfortable, we're content, we don't want to change what we have, because we know it, we're familiar with it, and we can deal with what we're familiar with. And taking that step is always a challenge. It's always a fear that, what if I fail? What if this happens? What if the changes are too big? Is it going to hurt my family? Is it going to hurt my friends? What do people think about it? I think all the thoughts from peer pressure to ability come into mind. I think one of everybody's biggest fears is, I have clientele. Am I going to lose my clientele? Am I going to lose my agents? Am I going to lose what feeds my family? Mm-hmm. And the transition actually surprised me. It was smooth. Most of the agents, they care about the loan officer and their people and what they can do as an ability, more than the change. They care about who you are as an individual. And then the CRMs and the abilities that you have are good enough that you can send out notifications and get information to all of your clients and your people from before. Mm-hmm. And in doing so, it's surprisingly how fast all of your people are aware of your change and support it, and they still call you. And so I don't feel that I've lost business or that I've lost that previous hand that came in before. When you finally make the choice and then you come over, I thought the onboarding was good. I thought there's always some bumps, and part of it's knowledge of figuring out where to go, because you know where to go where you're at. You know how to resolve your problems. And I think the hardest thing that you deal with is, where do I go to fix a disclosure issue? Where do I go to fix closing docs? Who do I go with to fix computers? What if my systems aren't running perfectly? And And it'll take 30 days. I'd love to tell you it will be less than that, but it'll take 30 to 45 days to where someone feels comfortable in a new system. But we continued to close loans throughout. And again, it did not take long till we were producing at a higher level than what we were before.
Yeah.
So, and one of the things we love too is the Captivate program. To be honest with you, the marketing system on that side is better than anything that I've seen. I met with a top producing agent even last week, and it was one of the easiest sales I have ever had in my career. Some of the abilities and tools that we have, you don't have to go in preaching, it's all about me, the LO. I'm better than the guy down the street because I've been in business longer because of this. It's more about, we can go in and say, here's how we can grow your business, and here's what we can do to benefit you. And there are real tools that real agents want. And we have another agent who asked to come and visit with us today because of those tools. So some of the programs we have give us tools that we have not had in the past that I believe adds growth to the loan officers as they come over.
Yeah. So a lot of loan officers are nervous when they go to a new company about the operations and how smooth they are, what that is like, what the underwriting is like. Tell us about, from your perspective, how that's been.
That's actually a huge fear when people come over. I felt when I came over that my previous company had one of the best underwriting systems, funding, and everything else. I didn't know that it could be better. I was terrified that it wouldn't support me in the same way that I had before. I think that's part of the fear that people have when they decide to make a change, is that unknown. As good as I had it, it's been a phenomenal change. The underwriting's been fantastic. I would say I've had less or fewer issues. Being able to fund and hold the loans in-house, I think, gives them some latitude and some confidence that you don't get with people who have to resell or repackage everything that goes out there. Being able to service is huge. The funding department is absolutely remarkable. Money's there the day they sign, they record. I've never, without twisting an arm, if you try to get a final approval, docs out and funds out and record within 2 hours, at any other company, I don't think that it's possible, or it's almost impossible. Here, it's a regular occurrence. If you need to have, you get your final approval at 10, you can fund and record by 1 or 2 o'clock. Documents, the first set of documents went out in 20 minutes. They're regularly less than a couple of hours. There's things that just don't happen, and you're not requesting rushes or begging to get something through. It's standard. Underwriting is always 24 hours. The service has been impeccable, and it's been a huge relief. And without that, I couldn't have performed some of the $10 million a month that we just had. It just wouldn't have happened.
Well, I want to say from our standpoint, bringing a loan officer of your caliber over has been a big deal for us. We are lucky to have you at Intercap, and every day we pinch ourselves that you came over and are helping some of our younger loan officers see what one person can do. It's incredible. I've been in a lot of recruitment meetings, and we talked about your last month of hitting $10.5 million, and people are like, well, how many loan officers are under him? It's like, no, Aaron did it by himself. He's the only originator and had a team of 3, and it's incredible what you've been able to do, and I think really set an example for a lot of people, and helping them understand how much one person can achieve is a great thing. So thanks for all you do.
Well, we appreciate, like I said, what you guys have built and what you put together, and I'd recommend it for anybody out there.